The Gina and Matty podcast.
Right now, though, I want to teach you, Matty, how to write a song, basically. I'm going to go real basic, break it down for you and show you how easy it can be.
Okay.
So, for starters, we've all got every single person out there has a story. Like there'd be something you might want to write about Bella or your kids or your parents.
No, about the lasagna I made last night.
There you go, lasagna.
Yeah.
Lasagna is going to be hard to rhyme with, but we can work on it. Lasagna.
Anya? Just take it real, Bogan. Anyway, let's.
So what you do is you get your idea, probably not lasagna,
Okay, I'll move
maybe
on from
Bella.
lasagna. Okay.
Then you get a mind map. Do you remember mind maps in school?
Yeah, I love mind mapping.
It works so well. You write your idea in the middle of the circle and then just do little arrows and go. Let's say Bella, for instance, and you'd write an arrow.
Nag. No.
Oh, is she listening?
Probably not. She's wrangling three children getting ready for school.
But you'd write love, you know,
I suppose,
the mum, love of my life. All these where you met, maybe what happened when you met, how you asked her to marry you. There'd be all kinds of beautiful things in there. You'd write that on your mind map. That's your start. Then you got to put it into the structure of like a poem. Like we all learnt how to do poems in school, right?
Yeah,
you remember how to do that. But you got to be careful of your rhymes.
Okay.
Make sure, if you do a rhyme in your first verse, where you might rhyme the first line with the third line, you've got to repeat that.
You don't go line to line, so you wouldn't go, there was this girl named Bella in 2005, she met a handsome fella. Is that?
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, right.
You can do that if you want. Yeah, you can.
It's less about her and more about me.
It's okay, it's your song.
Sure.
So, but you got to watch that. So one of the most simple songs I can explain to you is, do you remember Say Something, this song? Say something, so they're going to rhyme every last line of this with you and then to you. Right. So real basic, rhyme the same like Bella and Fella. But the other thing you do here is you count your syllables. So say something, I'm giving up on you is 9.
Yeah.
I'll be the one if you want me to, 9 syllables. Anywhere I would have followed you, 9. Say something, I'm giving up on you. So because it's 9, 9, 9. Yep. So that makes it easy to find a melody. If you've got sometimes you might go 6, 9, 6, 9. You wouldn't necessarily go on 9, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The last piece of the puzzle is your song structure. You know, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, that kind of stuff. That's easy.
Oh, so easy.
Sure.
We'll just skim over that bit. Verse, make it catchy. Make sure it's good.
Verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, solo, chorus, out. Kind of, you think about that structure as well. So that's a bit more complicated. But in my little school, in my little music school, one of my favourite
Gina Jeffries Academy of Music.
Yeah, one of my favourite things when I first meet people who come to us to want to learn songwriting is I play them something that light bulbs go off in your head when you realise how easy it can be to do a melody. Now, do you remember, was it last year Ed Sheeran was being sued over thinking out loud?
The baby now.
So what happened was Marvin Gaye's family were trying to sue him because they thought it was similar to this. So it's the same chords. So you can't copyright the same chord progression, but they wanted to sue Ed Sheeran over that. So the four chord song is a medley. And it's common. So there's this group that I love playing to songwriters. Some people listening, or budding songwriters, some people listening might have heard this, but it blows me away. There's a group called the Axes of Awesome. They're kind of a comedy group who've toured all over Australia and the world and had a lot of success. And they explain how, using the same 4 chords, how many songs there are with the same 4 chords. It's D, for those playing along at home, A, B minor and G, and that key is D major. For those of you really who know what you're talking about playing along at home, in this video it's E major, using the chords E, B, C sharp minor and A for every single song. Have a listen to the Axes of Awesome.
What you're trying to say is you can take those 4 chords, repeat them, and pump out every pop song ever. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just listen. Do you recognise this?
Yeah, that is Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
It's a great song.
Very original.
There's a few more that
song.
fit. Check it out.
My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel. Of that I'm sure.
Well, that's just 2 songs that are similar. That's
forever young.
3 songs.
I wanna be forever young. I won't hesitate no more, it cannot wait. I'm yours.
So good.
It goes on and on and on. Like Barbie Girl, Am I Not Pretty Enough?
Amazing.
There's so many songs that fit those chords. So it's easy to write a song, Matty.
I will have to take your word for it.
Gina and Matty.
I hope all the mums out there had a beautiful Mother's Day yesterday. And those of you who might have had a bit of a sad day yesterday as well, we're thinking of you as well if you didn't have your mum with you this Mother's Day. I didn't do too much. I was like... I dropped the ball is probably the way it's like. I didn't organise anything. That was the thing. There was gifts.
Oh, didn't you go to Kmart with the kids?
We went to Kmart with the kids. So, well, you did that, but we didn't organise anything for the day. But the day ended up being great. So, up nice and early, Stevie rolls in around 5 o'clock, going, "Is it Mother's Day?" Whispering in my ear. I'm like, "Yeah, it is, but just like maybe in a couple more hours, Dale." And then so we did presents. They all made their presents at like school, a preschool. There was some homemade. Stevie had like a frame where she drew a photo of her and Michelle, Bella, together in the photo, and that was like then decorated the frame, which was lovely. And Ziggy got something from the Mother's Day market that they had at school, the stall, and Billy too.
I love that.
Yeah, a bit rubbish, but that's all right. Like I think a kombucha, but you know, right, yeah, I know. It's like it used to be when I went to school, the Mother's Day stall used to have to take something to donate to the Mother's Day stall, and then you go and buy something that another parent has already donated as well.
It's not that anymore?
No, our school, it's like the school sponsors like put forward their presents, I guess, and then you just pay $15, and then you just choose from like 4 or 5 different options to pick. A lot easier for the parents.
Is it still cash?
Through like an app, like it's the school app that the same
Just
way
the
you
Apple
order
Square or something.
No, so you just pay through the school app where you do all the you pay through that for what do you call it, enrollments and excursions, uniforms, book. It's all canteens done through an app. You do no paper bag with some coins in it, and you write it on it. There's an app where you just go through and order it, and then you go, okay, that's what's going to be for school.
So cool.
Yeah. And that's like you do absentee notes through the app as well. It's all very
what
digital.
What do I think of next?
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. But then, we got up and we did like a little buffet. We turned the kitchen into sort of like a restaurant buffet. So I had the kids helping. Ziggy was looking after the hash browns in the air fryer. I was doing up some bacon, some eggs. We did some pancakes, got some croissants going, some crumpet toast. I saw crumpet toast. That was really good.
You're saying you didn't really do anything.
But then that was pretty much where it ended. By the time 8 a.m. rolled around, I was like, well, I'm done. I'm out of ideas. Went and saw my mum as well, which was lovely. Got to see Liz. We got her a digital photo frame.
That's a great idea.
I could upload photos now here in the studio to her photo frame at home and just constantly send them.
That's
so
amazing.
good.
So tomorrow when you're going to do a dancing cowboy boots and a cowboy hat and your budgies, we're definitely uploading that straight away.
That was spoken about at Mother's Day lunch as well. Dad's like, they stitched you up hard with that Brecky Bangers thing, didn't they? But my favourite thing about, there's two, and it involves my younger Stevie, who you've heard doing jokes on this show before. She is a force of nature, no doubt about it. But so we got an email from her kindergarten saying all the things that they were doing on the Friday, and it says, what I love about my mum, and some of the kids, what Mackenzie loves about her mum, she plays with me. Oh, isn't that lovely? London, what does London say? She goes, I love when my mum cuddles me. Oh, isn't that nice? Remy, I do craft with her. Skip down to Stevie. What I love about my mum, Stevie, I was born out of her. So graphic. I was born out of her.
Does the teacher go, do you want to think about, give that? Nah.
They're probably like, amazing. Writing it down straight away.
Gina and Matty.
Pre-radio for you, Matty, you were a baker. Did your mum and dad suggest that you needed a real job? That you
100%. And I got my first gig in radio while I was still a third-year apprentice. And I was like, I'm leaving for the glitz and glamour of showbiz. And the old man was like, not until you finish your trade.
Same.
And it's the best thing I ever did.
Exactly the same. And because I come from Toowoomba, a country town, mum was a hairdresser, dad was a builder. And back then, most most girls went on to either be a hairdresser or a nurse or a receptionist or that kind of thing. You know, living out in the country is a bit different to living in the city. So my mum and dad, I was singing from when I was like 4. I started playing guitar and busking in restaurants when I was 12 and joined a band when I was 16, and, you know, the rest kind of turned out good. But they said...
Well, a bit better than good, but yeah.
They said you need a real job to fall back on. So I became a hairdresser. And so it's handy. It's really, like, you know, I said the other day I cut my own hair after a couple of shadies.
Did a little trim at home. Yeah.
One time Rod's best mate came over and he wanted just a buzz cut. You know, those bzzz, just with the number 4 clipper. Yep. Clipper fell off, got a little ball patch at the back. But in my defence... It was New Year's Day.
Okay. I was going to say, but there's some shardies involved in that one as well. Yeah.
But look, I did, and the hairdressing that was all the go when I was a hairdresser was actually what's in fashion now, mullets.
Yep.
But women as well had them. So, and the spiral pearl.
And the teased fringe. Like the
teased fringe,
with the mullet
fringe
at the
as
back.
high as you can go, a spiral perm and streaks where you put a streaking. Have you ever had a streaking cap on your head? How much does that hurt?
I actually have.
I know. Yeah. I knew your answer would be yes. And
so
it
you put
hurts.
the cap on and then, like, because I wanted some frosted tips. Because I wanted to look like, you know, Michael Clark or Shane Warne. So I put the cap on and then they pick your hair through like little holes in and oh my God.
It hurts so much. And
One and done. I was like, never again.
If you've got long hair, it's even worse. Oh. It hurts so much. So those were my hairdressing days. So when I went up to, you know, I was in Rockhampton last week, back in Queensland.
Meat Fest.
Beef Week. 2 very different events. Yep. And our driver, was this lovely guy. He was so nice. He picked us up at like 5 a.m. to catch the plane home because we had to go Rocky, Brisbane, Sydney, drive home. And he goes, he said, I was in Toowoomba as well. You're from Toowoomba, right? And I went, yeah. And he said, you were a hairdresser, right? And I went, yeah, I was. He said, you used to do my mother-in-law's hair. And I went, are you kidding? He said, yep, she came to you every week for a cut and blow dry or just a blow dry every single week. And she loved you. And I went, what's her name? He told me her name. And I pretend like I could remember. Oh, how is she? Say hi for me. He goes, she died 15 years ago.
Good one.
I feel so bad.
Where do you go from there? What do you do? What did you do?
Oh, just shut up.
The Gina and Matty podcast.
You were saying earlier in the show, Matty, how all about your Mother's Day yesterday for your beautiful wife.
Yep.
And I mean, you did a smorgasbord of breakfast.
Yep.
Lots of presents from the kids.
It all sort of wrapped up by 9:30.
A walk.
We did do a walk.
And you were there. You were there.
I was present. Yeah.
So mine was the opposite of all of that.
What do you mean?
Opposite. So first of all, I wanted to start by giving a shout out to anyone who's a stepmom, because that can be hard. And the people yesterday who might have lost their mum, big shout out to my beautiful friend Kylie. And so it can be a tough day.
Absolutely.
And I'm a stepmom, so I thought I'd just share a little bit about my journey with Rod's kids. And it's, you know, it wasn't always easy. When I first married Rod, I felt like I was still a kid myself. And all of a sudden I had 2 kids, and I feel like if I could go back, I would change some stuff when they were little. I felt like I wasn't that good at it at the start. And it kind of took me 20 years, I reckon, to get good at it. And I think that's the thing when you become, you know, a combined family or a stepmom or stepdad, it's not easy.
No, well, and I think like people don't grow up going, I'm going to be a step parent.
No.
It's not something that you go, I might have my own kids one day, maybe not. But no one, that's not a choice that people make. That is something that happens because you fall in love with someone.
That's right.
And then that's a responsibility then you have to take on.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a big one.
It's a big one, and it's tough because you're not the actual parent, so you can't really jump in. And I didn't know how to parent anyway because I didn't have one of my own yet. So I found it really challenging when they were little. I absolutely adored them, but I was just not good at it. But now, slowly, bit by bit, I've built this most beautiful relationship with my stepdaughter, Jem. She lives in LA, and she's just incredible. And we've been recently, so we can stay in touch a lot, because she spends most of her year in LA and comes home a lot. So when she comes home, we get to hang out. But she and I do, rather than text messages, we record
voice memos
to each other. So,
awesome. Or
I'll just video. The other day I sent her a video of me in here going, this is where I work, have a look. You know, it was before you guys got in here. Or I'll just randomly, you know, put the phone up in front of Rod, or if I go and visit her grandfather, Rod's dad, you know, I'll just quickly put something down. So she still feels like part of it. and she does the same thing for me. And she made for me yesterday what was going to be a very lonely Mother's Day morning for me, opposite of you. Beautiful, because she sent me this gorgeous message.
You're such a light in all of our lives. You have such a golden aura. I'm so grateful, and I know it's not by accident or coincidence that you became one of my parents. I think it's very much the universe giving me a big gift and a big hug, and it's something I think about a lot, and I talk about you and I tell people about you, and I'm just so grateful, and you're on my gratitude list a lot. So thank you.
Crying.
Wow.
Crying. But look, that didn't happen overnight. You know, that took us a lot of, you know, building love and trust and respect and all those kinds of things. And that just made my whole day yesterday. You know, I got to go out and see my beautiful mum as well, which was lovely.
I saw a beautiful photo, throwback one that you put up on the socials.
She said mum was about my age at that photo we were filming.
Isn't it a spin out when you go back and you look at the photo and you go, oh my God, that's how old I am now? You know,
I'm about
you see
the same
photos
age.
of your parents.
Yeah, so me in that photo, I'm about 24 and mum must be around about 50-something in there.
Yeah.
And similar age with me and my son now. And looking back at that photo, mum loves that I put that photo up. But yeah, we had a lovely day. But
why was your day lonely? Why did you have a lonely Mother's Day?
Well, Rod is in Melbourne travelling home. He's been touring with the Whitlams.
Yep.
And, you know, my man-child's asleep. So I wake up and wait excitedly. Nothing. Wait a bit more. Still nothing. Go downstairs. Nothing. Make lots of noise washing up. Like lots of noise unpacking the dishwasher.
Classic mum move.
Nothing. Turn up. I'm playing country music playlist. Turn it up really loud. Nothing. Turn it back down because I'm worried about the neighbours. Still nothing. Go in and wake the man-child and ask him to come downstairs and make me breakfast. Nothing. Yet. Wait patiently, and he comes down, he gives me a big hug. He makes me brekkie. He's quite the brekkie chef. It takes the bins out. I mean,
winning.
That's a big winning one. And then he shows me his present he bought on the phone because it hasn't arrived yet.
Because he did it before he came down. Frantically buying it online before he comes down for breakfast.
Chum said to me, the old phone present, I've done that before. Yeah. So it's a black and white print of Johnny Cash waving at the camera with just one finger.
One finger wave.
Which
love
I actually really love. That's that. But I said to him,
iconic.
It's an iconic shot, and we've been talking about getting it for our house for ages. He gets me that, which is lovely, but it'll arrive in about 2 months, I guess. I love it. Then he asks where the cards are in the cupboard because I've got a cupboard that's got cards in it that I usually have. I tell him where they are. He chooses a card that I bought. He writes on it, it's a Christmas card. But it says, love you, Mum, and that's all that matters.
Beautiful. Season's greetings to you, Gina Jeffries.
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.